have said you'll debate him anywhere, anytime. Do you think he'll agree to any debates?
Anywhere, anytime.
Do you think he'll agree?
I don't think so, but I hope he does.
Do you think
what happened is, that white stuff that they happened to find, which happened to be cocaine in the White House. I don't know. I think something's going on there, because I watched his State of the Union, and he was all jacked up at the beginning. By the end, he was fading fast. There's something going on there. I want to debate, and I think debates with him, at least, should be drug tested. I want to
Mr. President, are you suggesting President Biden's using cocaine?
I don't know what he's using, but that was not, hey, he was higher than a kite. And by the way, it was the worst address I've ever seen, State of the Nation. I'll tell you, State of the Union, that's not State of the Union, because he doesn't represent us properly. That I can tell you. But he's obviously being helped some way, because most of the time he looks like he's falling asleep, and all of a sudden he walked up there and did a poor job. But he was all jacked up.
And this guy is all over the place. This whole thing started by wondering if Biden would debate him. And Trump quickly jumped to talking about white stuff because he's too scared to openly claim cocaine use that he adopted from political minds like Jesse Waters.
Because now he's going to say, I feel my confidence, I can rise to the moment. Do those debates happen?
If they give him for the debate what they gave him last night, then yeah.
What drug do you guys think he was on?
I'm not a doctor, but they're giving him something, Jessica.
What?
Listen.
Cold medicine?
If you see a horse, and the horse is old and injured and mopes around the barnyard, and then all of a sudden you race the horse and he fires out of the gate and laps everybody, what'd they give the horse?
But once Hugh Hewitt asked him specifically, he had to stop being cowardly and say what he was saying. His ego then wouldn't let his truth be that, number one, Biden did well at the State of the Union address, and number two, that Trump is afraid of debating him, even though his entire purpose was to claim that Biden won't face off with him. So in true Trump form, he suddenly reversed course to say that the State of the Union was done poorly, but he was still higher than a kite. So which one is it? Was he speaking well because he was on cocaine, or was his address a disaster? Is Biden afraid to debate Trump, or is Donnie afraid of being confronted on stage? Because this guy sounds like someone looking for an escape route before the debate even takes shape. And even worse, this only makes folks remember his own potential history of flying some kites before performing.
Well, I work in live television. I've done that for the last 20 years. I work in TV production in the talent departments, taking care of all the performers. I did 6 seasons of the Celebrity Apprentice finale. Oh, yeah, you can see where this is going. My job was taking care of the Trump family, too. He's a speed freak. He crushes up his Adderall and he sniffs it because he can't read, so he gets really nervous when he has to read cue cards. I'm not kidding, this is true. I had a 24-page NDA, non-disclosure agreement.
That's Noel Castler detailing his time working with the Trumps, and you would think that the former president would avoid saying anything about drug use, considering many people may have forgotten about that moment from 2018. But the Trump strategy of addressing their issues is to claim that someone else is doing it.
If we don't win, this may be the last election our country ever has, and there could be truth to it. That's where we're going, because Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. He's the threat to democracy. Thank you.
And sadly for Donnie Jr., many people might start wondering why his father's focused on Biden when he's had his own unconvincing denials of being familiar with drug use.
I get it. My guys, who I stayed in touch with, many of them just dear friends, they're like, hey, dude, there's no way you would have gotten away with that. I go, I know. Luckily, I don't snort cocaine. Like, it's not my thing.
Afterwards, I saw that the main concern was why were his eyes so glassy?
Well, I guess there must have been something with the lighting, but they started doing this trending thing, Donald Trump Jr.'s on cocaine and all that. I said, no, you have me confused with Hunter Biden.
Oh, I mean, just because Hunter's an addict doesn't mean that no one else could be.
Be like, I don't think Joe's smart enough to be like, hey, let's send him off the trail. Don't hack the McDonald's on D.C. I mean, why doesn't he just give Putin, like, I don't know, the keys to the nuclear football? What's the list? Don't hack 1, Joe's basement. 2, Hunter's businesses. 3, Hunter's laptop. 10% for the big guy. 4, don't hack that. What's going on? Joe Biden is what stands between us and a nuclear-capable China. Joe Biden is the guy they're going to call at 3 in the morning if There's a serious crisis with Russia.
For real, Donald Trump is seemingly so afraid of debating Joe Biden, sleepy Joe Biden, that he felt the need to push a narrative of drug use when all of this is out there? What does he not want to talk about and defend regarding his record, his presidential record and his criminal one? He successfully avoided debating all of his Republican opponents in that laughable primary. It was full of yes men and former yes men. So now at the general election, debates are staring him down. I don't even think Joe Biden will take the gloves off and hit him over and over again on his un-American traits. I guess he's scared of losing the immunity cloak that he enjoys with followers that refuse to believe he's not Jesus or simply don't care that he's a monster.
Listen, I'm not dumb. I don't know what happened with him and Stormy Daniels. I don't know what happened with him and E. Jean Carroll. He may be guilty of it all. And yes, call me a cult member. I don't care. Why? No more than I would have cared what David did with Bathsheba if I saw that he was winning the war.
When you got supporters like this pastor, who needs truth and honesty? Why would someone like Trump put any effort into being a decent human when people that want you back in the White House literally don't care if you're a rapist and a con man? One thing is for sure, though. The women that are part of this Pastor Shane's flock better avoid any one-on-one meetings with him, since his mind is on the holy war that his Messiah is apparently fighting.
You could say that the United States political system is in for a pounding, and the name of that Trump is Don. The name of that Trump is Donald. I will raise up a hammer. And now he finishes that prophecy. I will raise up a man by the name of Donald. And the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, God raised up that hammer, pounded away at the United States, and saved America temporarily, holding back the agenda of the left. But the enemy came back in, and now Donald Trump must return to finish his work, but it will be after war. This is going to be a war like you've never seen.
It infuriates me to the core to see disloyalty. For you to leave him now makes you a traitor of the MAGA movement. I don't care if you like it or not. When you do not support the man that God has ordained for the job, you are a Judas.
Jesus, bro, calm down. This fanfare sounds a little bit too personal to be shared with so many people. I mean, go ahead, enjoy yourself, but don't expect anyone else to join you. He might have his hair on fire because more and more Republican voters are seeing how their party has gone completely mad.
What the Republican Party has become, it's become MAGA. It's become Donald Trump. It's his people. No matter what he says, it's the truth. To all these people, and my family included. I got friends that are, they're MAGA. They're not Republican. They're not Republican whatsoever. Not what I grew up. Republican Party to me is you hold an extreme level of integrity. You have a solid moral compass. You trust in God and the teachings of Christ. Love your neighbor as yourself. The Republican Party that I have been supportive of my entire life is different.